Hello everyone, this is Peppermint. Here's my craft room the way it is at this moment. It's the second week in May 2022. The purpose of this video is to show you how I organize my paint and my paint stuff. And I have a lot of paint stuff at the moment. I probably will not be keeping everything after I finish these furniture projects. I painted that cabinet in the back up against the wall. I painted that chest that you can't see, and those doors. And there's a project that I am presently working on, and I just have everything out and ready for me to continue. It's not the nicest looking place, but I need to get it done. And you know, out of sight, out of mind, if I put it up, then I'm not going to finish it, and I really want to finish that project. It should be nice. It's a Lazy Susan. Okay, panning around. Home&Crafts organization will be next month. If you're interested in participating, then please send me an email. This is part of what I will be organizing my paper crafts in, and I hope to have it finished, or at least finished enough that I can use it before our videos are due next month. Here is the bottom part. This is a china cabinet, and that's what I'll be using to organize my paper stuff. Okay, over here, I just have some things laying out that I will be using the next time I start to work on this cabinet. Right here is my sander. It is out. I have another sander that belongs to my husband. It is underneath another table. If you're going to be sanding in your home, then I would recommend getting a sander that's kind of like this. Only now I wish that I had gotten one that hooks up to the shop vac. You can get them where they hook up to your shop vac, and you don't have to deal with as much sawdust. Here is a table that I have set up in my craft room. It was behind me just a second ago. And it just has all kind of stuff that I have been using. It's got rollers, it's got tools, it's got plastic baggies, it's got my cleaner stuff, which is just dishwater in a bottle, primer. It's got paint, the chalk paint that I've been using lately, and it's got tools. And I have my mask in that little container right there, and some brush cleaner. And here is some little jars that I am soaking some brushes in at the moment. My acrylic paint, my smaller brushes, I keep them in this container. It's a vintage plastic shoebox, and those go in there as well. They're just in a plastic bag, and then they go back in there. Hardware that come off the furniture. Some of Danny's tools he's letting me borrow. Oh. And do you see those paint pans down there? I've been storing them underneath the table. But that is not really the organization that I want to share with you, because most of y'all are not painting furniture. You're doing little projects, kind of like my Lazy Susan. And so let me get on with stuff like that. If you've never seen one of these, what they are is you store your prescription bottles or your spices in this container type thing. They will also be good for paint. And you can have it on your shelf, and you can pull it out And then it folds like that, so you can just look and see what you got. And the other side does it as well, like that. And so this is called Swivel Store. That is the name of this one. And I just thought, you know, that'd be good if you wanted to store some things on the shelves. And little paint bottles would be perfect for that. Okay, here is where I store the rest of my painting supplies for crafts. And let's go in here and I'll show you what all I have in here. It's a little bit more organized than what I have out here for furniture. Here's the top shelf. I have you know, I like these shoe boxes. They are cheap and the older ones are more durable. But what I have in this box is some paints where I have a whole lot of them and only need one really in my other stash. And so, you know, I have a whole bunch of one color. I don't really need to have it mixed in with my other stuff. So that's what this is. This is something that I bought a while back. I'm not sure if you can still get them. I'm sure you can get something similar to them. But these are the perfect size. And they stack. See, they come apart. They're stackables. And they're little drawers. And they are the perfect size. You can remove the drawer. And there you have it. And what I have done is I opened up every bottle and I put a little bit of paint on the lid of each one. Some people say that they would rather store it upside down so they can see it. And that's an idea too. And this is pretty much the same thing, only other different colors. These are the same. Now, of course, I always have to pick up something at a yard sale or a thrift shop. I don't remember where I got this. It was probably at a thrift shop. But I needed something to store my tall bottles in. And this could be decorative. Whenever I get my craft room finished, I could use this for decorative. And the top comes open. I have my taller paints in here. Like that. And so I don't use them extremely often, but I know where they're at if I need them. Going down, I have some dye here. I don't know what I'll ever use it for, but I have it in case I do need it. And I have different types of sealers here. Mod Podge. And I like this sealer. I like her stuff. It's the difference between this and the Mod Podge is this is waterproof. And you know, I like that because, you know, you don't want if your project should get wet, you don't want the sealer to start coming off. Here is where I've been storing my spray paints. This is my clear sealer that I use, clear finish, and I have other colors in here, and I just have them on the shelf there. I've just recently started using stencils. This is all that I have, except for what's over there on the table, which is just one. I've just laid it right here because I just don't have a whole lot of them, and haven't really come up with a solution as to how to store them yet. Okay. Here is another shoebox. And I have little things separated out. There's a bag of different colors. And then this must have been some more overflow as well. Some wax. And this is where I store my enamels. And this is probably some more overflow from the other. I have a lot of paint. And the reason why I have a lot of paint is because, remember, my cousin, his wife passed away, and he gave me a lot of supplies that she had. And I'm putting them to use. And that's what she would have wanted, for someone to use them. This is where I keep my markers, pens, pencils, and my glitter pens and stuff. And I like using these paint pens. And this is where I store them. Now, I am not completely sure where my watercolor, oh, here it is. Right here. I just put all of my watercolor stuff, my brushes for watercolor and everything in here. It's a larger shoebox type storage container. It's not shoebox size. It's the next largest, I think. And that's where I keep my watercolor. I have some expensive watercolor in here. And I also have some Dollar Tree watercolor in here. And I have my paper and brushes. And I have watercolor pencils, watercolor crayons, all kinds of watercolor stuff. Well, that's about all that I have for paint and paint stuff. So I hope you will join me next month for the paper craft organization. You'll want to join in the fun because this is pretty fun, and collaborating with other YouTubers is definitely a good thing. So if you would like to join us next month, then please send me an email letting me know, and I will include you in our collaboration. Give me a big old thumbs up if you have a lot of paint stuff that you need to organize. So, thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you around the corner. Bye-bye. Oh, it's me again. Don't forget to watch the other participants' videos for more organizing ideas.